Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Tracy Knight and I'm going to bring you a little bit of food science. I'm a holistic chef and I absolutely am a geek when it comes to food. Here we are, Memphis, Tennessee, and I am wanting to, I want you to nurture yourself. So I have here a little tips and tricks of what I want you to do. Reducing sugars. Now, I don't know if you've heard in the news lately that they're talking about you have diabetes 1 and 2, and now Alzheimer's is considered diabetes 3. Well, regardless of the facts, it is important that you reduce the sugars in your life. Extra sugars causes fat. It actually causes a breakdown in your brain, nervous system, and it causes inflammation. Therefore, I want to go over some key points to consider. Limit added sugars. Minimize the intake of added sugars, which are commonly found in sugary beverages, processed foods, things that your body actually turns off. The hormone that tells you that you're full is the high fructose corn syrup, and that tells you, and then you continue to eat, or you eat Big Mac, Coke, and fries, and then a couple hours later, 4 hours later, whatever, you're hungry again. Have you ever thought about, why did you just eat a 3,000 calorie meal and then you're hungry at all for the rest of the day? That to me sounds suspect. Just saying. So read the labels and identify. I mean, if it's too fast, if meat is too fast, come on now. It can't be good. And meat is money. I mean, when you go down and when you sit and you eat a steak, you want it silky, you want it smooth, you want it to conduct a party in your mouth like a rapper at the Grammys. You want it so surreal that it's not a Big Mac. It's just not. Natural sugars. Focus on consuming natural sugars. Fruit. Nothing wrong with fruit. It's how much fruit you eat at one given time. Vegetables, carrots have the largest amount of sugar content, but yet we put honey on it. Sweet potatoes. The sweet is in its name, but yet Southerners, right? Us Southerners put sugar, marshmallows, brown sugar on sweet potatoes. Do you know what that does to the B vitamins in that sweet potato? It depletes it. Do you know what sugar does to your B vitamins? Depletes it. Do you know what B vitamins are? It's what helps keep your anxiety down, right? So you want to limit your sugar intake and take in natural sugars. Did you know that a red onion actually has a sweetness to it? And I add it to my marinara sauce when I make my marinara. Kind of crazy, right? Glycemic index, that's something that is, it's like the AndI score, which if you've watched my videos before, the AndI score is an aggregated nutrient dense index. So the glycemic index, I want you to be mindful. And what that looks like is that you do have some fruits. Now, fleshy fruits are going to be on the lower end. Then you have some sugars, like monk fruits is for tamarine. They're pods, but they're actually indigenous to North Africa, and they're going to be like a 23. The paste, the pods are a 10, the paste is a 23. Still lower than 50. So your table sugar is like 65. All right, not great. So that's what I mean by that. And what's good to do to slow down the sugars, you're going to take protein or fats and antioxidants, spices and herbs. sugars, watch my video on the antioxidant spices and herbs, and that's going to help you with that. Carbohydrate management. Pay attention to your carbohydrate intake. If you've had a lot of white stuff today, bread, potatoes, starchy potatoes, pasta, rice, those are high glycemic foods, but they also have, those are called, high carbohydrates. I just like, hey, if it's white, stay away from white foods. They're also low in the AndI score as well. You want to choose more browner foods because those are fiber containing complex carbohydrates that actually make you full, like make you feel full. A large glass of water before you eat, and then wait 15 minutes, then have your meal, and it makes a huge difference in the amount that you eat. Fiber intake is important. So fibers, what it does is that it helps with the absorption of sugars. It helps stabilize the blood sugar levels, and that's going to be your grains, your fruits, your legumes, right? Glycogen and liver health. So glycogen is a form of stored glucose in the liver and the muscles. Now, the liver is like the gills of a fish. It filters lots of stuff. And you can have a fatty liver, you can have a tired liver, you can have cirrhosis of the liver because the liver takes on a hit after hit after hit of what you're consuming. So be kind, man, It's essential for, so what glycogen is to form, liver and muscles, right? It's important to stabilize the blood sugar levels. It's important to have healthy glycogen storage in the liver. It's helping to maintain a balanced diet and avoid excess consumption of alcohol, which can disrupt liver function. Cirrhosis. You ever heard of it? Nasty. Don't do it. Alcohol moderation. If you do consume, you want to make it moderation. That means not 10 drinks a week or 10 drinks a day or even 4 drinks a week. It's like a bottle of wine a week, right? It's like 2 drinks, which is, 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 4 ounces. It's small amounts. And if you can't have a healthy relationship with alcohol, then it's suggested that you probably do away with alcohol. If you can't find yourself to have sociably, 1 beverage or 2 beverages and be completely cool, go home and not open up another bottle, then you probably have an unhealthy relationship with it. Hydration. Stay hydrated is essential for overall health. It's healthy liver function. So remember that sugar thing, remember that alcohol thing, remember the gills. So the liver, we want to flush the liver. It's healthy liver function, flushing the gills, right? But it's also wherever water goes, salt goes with it. So you can flush out that excess salt too. Water helps flush toxins. I've had too much minerals, say like in water, so like the pipes burst here one time, or we had an excess of copper and rust and potassium. It was crazy stuff, and there was sediment in the bottom of this glass, and I didn't even know it. And it was dark one morning. I just moved here, and I was tired, and I drank a huge glass of water, and oh my gosh, this is during COVID too, and I seriously thought I had COVID. I had like I needed excess, it was terrible. So I called the water department, and they actually came out and tested it, and I gave them a sample. I had rust, I had potassium. Well, what I went ahead and did, because it was pink, my toilet was pink, my water was pink, that's high levels of potassium in your water. So I drank distilled water that flushed out my system, so I recommend that. Regular exercise will also help flush out, and it helps improve your insulin sensitivity. help maintain blood sugar levels. It will help with, and have a healthy relationship with food before you exercise, because your brain is going to tell you that you're like, I have to eat. I have to eat right now because I have to have this. I have to have this. But you don't. You just need to take on foods that are healthy for you, like protein, healthy, balanced carbohydrates, and complex carbohydrates. You don't need to go out and work out and then go, I need McDonald's, I need Taco Bell, I worked out today. I need to make myself feel welcome in this world with high fructose corn syrup because I worked out. No. Once you make that decision, before you make that decision to work out, you need to make the decision to eat healthy. Okay, consume healthy stuff. Monitor your liver health, regular checkups. Go have a physical. Your insurance does cover an annual physical. It should. Check with your insurance, but it should. And then get your provider's guidance and looking at the levels, reach out to a registered dietitian or a holistic doctor if you want, and make those changes. Everyone is unique. And of course, I absolutely love food science. I'm a geek in this sense. The tyrosine is made of, phenolphthalein, which is like meats and oats, right? So you want to add B6 and B3. B3 is niacin. Niacin is going to be cheese, brown rice, oats, barley, milk, cereals, nuts, turkey, eggs. That's my child's cat that she's visiting from school. This thing talks like crazy all the time. Fen, seriously. B6 is going to be your liver that you eat. You have bananas though, cauliflower, cabbage, soybeans, carrots, spinach, green beans, walnuts, fish, and eggs. Now, come here. So, you have folic acid and niacin, right? And vitamin C, which is needed, and tryptophan at night for good sleep and to repair your immune system. So, what's really cool, so I'm going to give you an example. So, turkey, which is phenolphthalein, plus B3, plus bell pepper, which is B6 and C, plus asparagus, which is B3 and folic acid. There's an example of a meal. What happens is that meal of turkey, bell pepper, and asparagus, you can have like a carbohydrate, like rice or purple potatoes. It yields antidepressant, antioxidant, anti-anxiety. It lowers stress. It helps you sleep better. It helps you with weight loss, inflammation, pain relief. That's what basically. So tyrosine is made fen. If you ever heard of that, that's what that is. Phenolphthalein. I love food science, but there are some words the pronunciation is tricky. I'll just be honest. It lowers blood fat levels, which is caused by the increased levels of cortisol due to stress. So we want to reduce stress, which causes adrenal problems and liver problems, and thus an issue with T4 to T3 conversion. That's with your thyroid and immune system and overall health. So those three things you pair together does all of that. That is so cool, and about how meals, when you pair them together, does things like that. But when you're looking at an AndI score, you can pick, there's on the AndI website, AndI, you pick from each food group, nuts, vegetables, fruits, meats, and you can basically get your B, your C, your protein, the majors there, and it will help with your immune system. One last thing on this is fiber sources, because I mentioned fiber: brown rice, peas, berries, dark greens, nuts, flaxseed, acorn squash, Brussels sprouts. Those also have niacin, protein, B3, vitamin C, magnesium, manganese, potassium, vitamin E, ALA, fat, acorn squash, vitamin A, Brussels sprouts, calcium, vitamin C. I'm going off the top of my head as I'm reading this list as to what has what. And 20% of the conversion happens in the liver of nutrients, and so that's why it's so important to have a healthy liver, and these foods will help with that. With advice on this is my Eat Fit plan that I have, that I hand out when I give speeches and I have fun with, and I work with corporations and individuals and fun stuff like that. So with smart, quick breakfast choices leads to a better overall day. Good protein is 12 grams of protein, 15 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of fat. You're breaking the fast. And in a lot of my fitness videos that you'll see on YouTube, I talk about having a healthy breakfast before, just a kind of a quick snack of vitamin C, immune boosting foods, like an emergency with water before your workout, or a cutie, an apple, that kind of deal. You can have an apple, and you can have half an apple before the workout, and then the other half of the apple with peanut butter with a protein shake after the workout to start repairing the muscle. You want it within that hour, so you want to eat within the hour after your workout, so you can start repairing and building the collagen, especially after age of 40 for men and women. Those are a few things that I want you to think about. It is about nurturing yourself. In my book, The MVP Mindset, I talk about nurturing yourself. We want to revamp meals in a healthy, we want to pay attention to nutrition, and it's essential to physical health. Revamping feels, and it makes, you want to make good food choices. You want to really think about and understand portion control. Portion control is everything. You can have, I talk about nutrients, but if, don't deprive yourself of things that you're craving. If you're craving the chocolate, that's why they're in tiny chocolate squares. It's to satisfy. It's an antioxidant, it's an anti-inflammatory, and it really satisfies the portion of your brain that wants that nurturing piece. So don't deprive yourself. I think habit controlling or habit forming in regards to going to fast food places, that is habit forming. So I recommend that kind of look at that. So when you're revamping your meals, think of spices, think of herbs. Don't just go salt and pepper, that's boring. That's elementary. So you want to do flavor, and we want to not consider sugar, like I said, salt, but we want to consider really going into paprika and cumin and tarragon and really think about stuff. Jill Norman has a great book called Spices that really teaches you the basics of the spices. Don't just add it because the recipe says it. Add it knowing what you're adding to your recipe. Take time for healthy meals. So one day a week, take time to create those healthy meals. You're going to do great. This is fun and exciting. What happens with you is like what you have to remember, and this is for a business side of it, is that when you make a decision to live a healthier life, your business will actually reap the rewards of you living a healthier life. You can think more clearly, you're more clear about your mission, your goals, your vision, you can create better relationships, you actually remember key times in your life you create better relationships, and you have such a beautiful life to live. And I want to be able to bring this to you, and I want you to have a wonderful and beautiful day. Thank you.